Good morning and hope you all have been well, and this is part 89 of the Pokemon Rejuvenation Let's Play. So thankfully I was able to get Dive. I guess the golden item for Dive is bugged. That's what I'm going to safely assume. I know there is a thing on the Rejuvenation Discord that you can report bugs. I will probably do that soon to let them know about that little bug there. So yeah, because again, apparently normal dive works totally fine, but the golden item does not work. So yeah, but anyways though, I did want to come back here to get some information about the core. I know I had a certain question that I honestly forgot about. So yeah, maybe it'll refresh my mind when I read this. Interceptor's limit. Although the Interceptor acts as an exception to the core's design, it is not omnipotent. They can travel through the universe where the core exists. If the Interceptor were to stray too far from the planet, they would lose consciousness. Therefore, they are not fit to undergo the project based at Ischia Pyramid, however you pronounce it. If the Interceptor were to perish, the core would take damage. Okay, so that's kind of the one thing that I was curious about, is that, like, if things, like, fail, like, it's not like they can, like, ask for another Interceptor, unless, like, a full reset happens. Maybe? I'm not too sure. In the event that the core is too heavily damaged, the Interceptor shall cease to exist. So what I'm gonna guess then is, and I need to go back to another episode, because I know I had like a few questions and bro moments with the whole thing. Because like, again, this game gives you one answer finally, but then 20 more questions arise. So yeah, I don't know. Fail too many times and that'll be your end. Okay. I mean, I guess I could read the other stuff, but I'll leave it at that for now. I was just kind of curious on the core and all. But yeah, I'll go back to the first or second episode to rehear what I was talking about and my questions on that. But yeah. Anyways, though, I don't want to like stray too far, you know, from the main story. So, oh, whoops, my cursor's on the screen. But yeah, I'll probably get more into like ideas and theory stuff probably towards the end of version 13.5, similar to what I talked about at the end of version 12 story. And I think I did one for version 13 towards the end, kinda not. I don't 100% remember if I did or didn't. Anyways though, let me find my way. Where do you go again? Here we go. My bad. Alrighty. I guess there's no music playing for some reason. I don't have it. Oh. Why are you off? My bad. I don't know why that turned off. Alrighty then. This is the right... Yeah, it is. Okay. I want to make sure I had the right game file. Hi, let me guess. You're ready for our day of fun. Let's go daytime forced. Alright, well, we're going to go meet up at Mika's Cafe, so let's have some fun for once. Oh man, the place looks really different. Hey, looks like Alon made it. Yay, Alon's here, which means the fun really begins. We're already ordered you a drink and some snacks. Have a seat. Sit next to... Oh. Whoops. I did not mean to do that, but whatever, that's fine. Good choice, Alon. You really know a good seat when you see one. That also reminds me, I really hope soon, because like I tried going on the Rejuvenation Discord to like the guide section or the guide channel, Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a friendship point guide for version 13.5, and I really hope they or somebody does that soon, mainly because I do want to care about friendship points. I probably won't care a whole lot within this game because I know I pretty much made choices that I wanted to make and responded how I wanted to for the most part, but it would be kind of convenient since I do have some other game files that I will be trying to go for max friendship for quite a few characters and all. I know, of course, some of them they kind of split. This is a prime example of that. Going with Ren, +2 for Ren. I assume with Alita gives her +2. And I assume either side, if you don't go sit next to them, is neutral. But yeah, hopefully we will see that soon, because I haven't seen anything like that yet. And I'm kind of surprised that they wouldn't have a friendship guide, honestly, for version 13.5. You would think that they would, since friendship points and karma points are very, very valuable and important to version 13.5, but maybe they just haven't, or maybe I'm not looking hard enough. I'm not too sure. Anyways, though, sorry, Alon, only lame kids sit on that side of the table. Aw, you're just jealous because Alon didn't sit next to you. More space for me anyways, it's no big deal. You guys are so silly. I did not expect the placement of Alon's butt to be a discussion topic. It's a highly talked about subject. Haven't you read Grand Dream City's Digest? They talk about Alon's rear in Grand Dream City Digest. I was reading the most recent issue and I haven't come across anything like that. Pay them no mind cannon, they're idiots. Idiots? Got it. So how's everyone doing? I know we've been through a lot lately. Oh, so you could like talk to everybody here. I guess we'll start with Aaron. Well, my closest sister was diagnosed with Genesis syndrome, so that wasn't very nice to hear. Aaron. But besides that, I guess I've been doing okay. I've been looking through all the books about the disease we retrieved from the third layer, and I've been trying my hardest to organize our attack in a way that is orderly and foolproof. Rune's data has been a phenomenal amount of help. Not only was I supplied a map of the base, but I've been given a framework of spots they have set up, sentries and such. Ren's been doing tours of the base under Nastasia's permission, and it looks like everything still is accurate too. I'm not allowed outside of the lounge, so it's been a lot of work. But I'm going to use my position as an advantage for you guys. That's neat and all, but we were asking how you were doing. Now what have you been doing? Yeah, well, I'm bad at talking about myself. I thought that was apparent. I'm doing fine, feeling fine, and I'm very booked and busy. Fair enough. I've been doing. Same. Me too. Getting diagnosed with Genesis syndrome has been revealing, I guess. But I've been feeling fine, no different than before, and I only ever feel exhausted when I use the archetype's power. I know it's a touchy subject, but I really have been doing alright physically. What about mentally? How are you doing? Well, I've been through some stuff recently, and that definitely did shake my foundation a bit, but in turn, I think my motivation has never been stronger. Meetings like this even reassures me that I want to have more good times with you guys like this. Indeed, I am enjoying myself a lot because of the company of my friends. Me? Guess I've been doing okay. A lot better than the last month, that's for sure. How does one deal with turning to stone? I don't know. It's okay, Venom. You can take your time. I wonder about that sometimes. I could take my time, but what would have been the difference if I matured just a bit faster? I know we already delved into that subject, but it's still eating at my mind a bit. That's apparent. But life is about making mistakes and learning from them. Every single person in this cafe has done a whole slew of mistakes and they have a bunch of regrets. Of course, comparing pain and trauma is irresponsible, but it's still worth noting that these experiences shape who you are. You'll still stunt your growth even more if you hyperfix on all of the things you've done wrong. That's a really good point there. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just intrusive thoughts, probably. Hey, Aaron, have you ever thought about becoming a therapist? I've thought about becoming a librarian, and that's pretty therapeutic for me. But what about others, though? Oh, whoops. Can I go back up? I guess not. Let me skip that then. Let's go to Ren then. I've been tinkering with this stupid robot body for the past few days. Okay, so like that's the thing that like confuses me the most. Is like, how do you feel comfortable literally talking about going against Team Zen when you're in the robot suit? You would think Nastasia, Madam X, Neve are all back at HQ watching him being like, look at this idiot, thinking we don't know anything. Well, watch this. They just blow up his actual body or something, or take it hostage, kill him, or turn off the robot suit, you know? Like, there's so many different ways that this is so bad for Ren, in my opinion. I would honestly be very surprised if they're not, like, listening in, you know? Like, how could they not be? But I guess in a sense, honestly, at this point in time, it's valuable to them, mainly because they're like, okay, the 27th, we're ready. And then they do whatever they need to the Ren, if they do that. Of course, it is going for the Paragon route. I assume something is going to work out for Ren, most likely. Who knows? I don't know if there is going to actually be character death with the main crew with the Paragon route. All I can say is it's possible, but I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens though. But it definitely seems kind of like a bro moment because, like, again, I don't see why they wouldn't be, like, listening in. I mean, literally, like, Nastasia took control of Ren's body within the whole pyramid situation. So why couldn't she be listening in as of this moment? Anyways, being possessed by that ghost down in second layer felt so wrong. Nastasia's been helping me with making a firewall, so something like that can happen again. But if I'm honest with you guys, I'm so tired of this body. It has its uses, but my senses are dull. I can eat, but the food tastes washed out. I feel with my hands, but even that feels wrong. Sometimes I wish I wasn't always on call so that I could just be a normal human again. So I mean, clearly he's like stuck in like a pod somewhere. Interesting. But either way, my point still stands. I don't see why we should even... I don't know, like, it's tricky. Like, I don't want Ren to not be involved, you know? But there's no way that they're not listening in. I'll just leave it at that. Perhaps you should take a break for a while and just return to your original body. I could, but being at Team Zen HQ is so... I'm not allowed outside of their little pub area. Madam X doesn't trust me and she shouldn't. But can a guy take a walk somewhere? So practically he's somewhat trapped in a sense. Kinda. Interesting. Well, that's what happens when you join a terrorist organization. Even you were tricked into doing so. I mean, to be fair, like... you can argue that you should have been more smarter with all of that, I guess. But it's done. It's over with. What's done is done. There's no use trying to, you know, make up all sorts of like hypotheticals and different scenarios in your mind, how things should have played. What if I did this and that? You just gotta go with what you've done. That's all you really can do. As for me, I've been meditating a lot more lately. They were some tricks the eldest taught me right before I went on this journey, and I never put them into good practice. But besides that, I've been just doing my regular today training. I have to be the best if I'm going to become a proper sensei one day. Not to disrupt that, but isn't Texan technically the sensei right now? Yeah, he is, but I actually heard he's not doing too well right now. But didn't you beat Texan to become sensei again? With the whole pyramid thing. The whole past vision thing. maybe he still has the title, or maybe that might have been like a story change. Maybe. I'm not too sure. And that's also why like I started like a new game file, because I have to guess that a lot of stuff were changed somewhat. Maybe not drastic changes, but there probably are some decent changes here and there, so maybe that played out differently. Of course, I'm not going to know for quite a while. I'm still at East Gear and at the beginning of the game. Anyways, because of the whole thing with Riza, right, that's a sad topic, so I'm going to have to cut the conversation there. I've been working on myself lately. I told Alexandra that I will be taking an extended break from being her servant. She looked quite happy when I said this, and truthfully, I was a little hurt. Cannon, my dude, she's happy because you're finally doing something good for yourself. You think so? Even after everything we've been through, you still don't get it. Affirmative. You know, it's kind of funny when I think about all of this. Even when I was Nimra's servant, she still treated me the same way back then. She always hated that I acted the way I did, and I never understood until now. She saw me as her own son. I think and I feel so stupid for not realizing it then. What moments could we have shared if I realized she cared about me more than a thought? Well, you're making up for it right now. We're here for you, Cannon. So I believe that is everybody there. All done here. So Alon, we've heard everything else speak. I'm doing just fine. I'm okay. I'm a little tired. Barely hanging in there. I'm doing just fine. That's a relief to hear. It really is. I know we've all been through it recently, but you've been hit the hardest, I feel. Definitely, and we're grateful for the work you've put in. Work will definitely repay you for someday. Right, well, now that we've had a nice and relaxing time, it's about time to get down to business. What business? I thought this was supposed to be a relaxing and fun time. You know me, I never not have a hidden agenda or plan waiting to be revealed. But actually, this was Alon and Malia's idea in the first place. I can only assume that Crescent confronted Alon about this predicament in Zeit. Only Alon knows what exactly happened in there, but recently Crescent has been a bit low on energy. So I invited her to join us today. You did? Is there a problem? For obvious reasons, I don't particularly like the girl. We need her on our side, Ren. Crescent is extremely powerful. That is an understatement. She is very, very powerful. And I get it though, with the whole like Ren situation not being like comfortable, because again, she kind of threw him under the bus. I mean, yes, we have somebody in Team Zen HQ, but again, like Ren is easily in the worst position out of anybody here so far. So yeah, I understand completely why he's kind of having a bro moment about it. But at the same time, I understand having Crescent on our side is a huge benefit. It's another very strong trainer that is able to do quite a few things. So I understand both sides is what I'm saying pretty much. If she joins our cause, our chances of seeing the new year grows exponentially. Let me preface this by saying I understand and you are right, but I still very much hate this. Well, sorry to say, Ren, but you're an integral part, however you pronounce that, part of this operation. You're crapping me. I assume Aaron is using this as a potential way to close up any rifts within our group with her. I'm not stupid, Cannon. I know exactly what Aaron meant, but this sucks. Be as it may, she's going to arrive here in a little bit. Alon, like we discussed, you'll wait for her here alone and then bring her over to Somnium Mall, however you pronounce that. Your job is to show her around and become friendly with her. Ren, you're going to have Alon and Crescent attend dinner at the Red Diamond restaurant at the night market. I made reservation for you three. I was set up. That's all this was. You guys are no better than Crescent. Let's trick Ren into everything. It wasn't a trick. I said we were having a time out today with friends, and we need to disperse before our final friend arrives. Every single one of you will rue the day. Bro moment. So it seems I was set up. I mean, to be fair, like, yeah, it's kind of like obvious. And plus, Crescent is like really smart, so. Perhaps I deserve this one. I will overlook it then. How are you? You look nice today. Are you okay? Um, I probably should have saved. Because I'm trying to get friendship points, right? How are you? You look nice. Let's go with how are you first. Fine. Oh, okay. Let me try the second option. Alrighty. You look nice today. Thank you. Oh, okay. So I assume none of them are gonna give friendship points, are they? I mean, I'll try the final one. Alright, let me see. Are you okay? I don't know. Okay, so every single one, like, it's just neutral. Okay. Um, I think I'll just go with the first one to keep it simple. Alrighty. Let, let, let's just go with, how are you? Fine. I'm not trying to make this awkward, I just don't have much to say. I haven't had a casual conversation in quite some time. So, how's your day? I see. Well, I haven't done anything for the past couple of days, and that disturbs me. I haven't had motivation to do anything. Everything I worked for was shot down. I was wondering lately if I even have a reason to live anymore. But the last thing my friends told me, I have to move on and live for myself. Thinking on that, is that not unreasonable? To move on, I mean, how can I move on when the person I love is still here with me, sitting right across the table? They have the same face and the same voice, but yet their mannerism, the movements, the behavior, it's all wrong. Truly a doppelganger of the fallen. How is this any fair to me? It's not fair, I'm sorry. Hmm. I mean, I prefer to say I'm sorry, but I assume it's going to be like a response. It's not your fault. Something like that. I'm sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about, yeah. It was their decision to leave their body for you, not yours. I cannot be mad at you for that, even if I was just a few days ago. Not know the unending vial of hatred and rage I've had for this world is gone, but in its stead I found a vat of nothingness which I cannot comprehend. A feeling of emptiness that I know all too well, yet cannot be more foreign. Right, well, I assume this isn't the only destination we have for today. I bet there's a whole plan to pull me around. Yes, let's get on with it. Ah, yes, Somnium Mall. I've never been. Very well, then, let's proceed. I kind of wonder if it is going to play out that she will join, like, the crew, you know? Because, like, so far she seems like I don't know, maybe I should move on. Maybe I should just go somewhere else, honestly, and not deal with all of this. I'm not sure how it's gonna play out with her. And here we are. But I assume that kind of like comes down to like the friendship points that Aaron was talking about. And again, I wish there was a guide that was given by them, you know. I know technically there is one for version 13.0.5. But again, like that's not the latest update. It doesn't get into, you know, all of the new story content. So, yeah, hopefully soon they or somebody makes a guide that goes through all of the friendship points and karma points that you can earn with the newest and latest version. I believe there also is like a debug or like a god mode, whatever it's called. I think I've seen something like that, that it can show you all of that. I have zero interest going down that road though. I know the only time that I technically did it was during the older versions of Reborn, where it was a lot more grind heavy. I've already played and beaten the game multiple times. I just wanted something to get rare candies much more quickly. Of course, you know, version 19 arrived, which getting XP was a lot more easy, so there was no need for that anymore. Anyways though, I don't suppose you remember this, but there was a mall by our school in the Spotlight City. We used to enjoy each other's company there quite often. Sorry, I don't know why I brought that up. I'm still living in the past. And it's not like you could remember something you've never experienced. Well, it is still my first time being here, so I will just... Did I just hear you say this is your first time? To gain the full experience of this mall, you must have stamps. More stamps means more shops you can browse. Alon is a returning customer, and I gave them a stamp before, so I will give you... Sorry, I'll just give the lady one instead. Thank you. But you're going to give Alon another stamp too. Sorry, one stamp per... For a moment. Give Alon a stamp before I stamp your head in. Oh, I just forgot that we have a promotion where we give out a second free stamp. Thank you, ma'am, so much for your patronage, ma'am. We'll be frequent shoppers, I promise. It is kind of like a weird thing with the whole stamp thing. I kind of like get it because like it's trying to push you to do like a lot of like the side quests with Narcissa, the Kimono Girl side quest, and other ones to get stamps. So not only do like you get the stamps, I believe you get friendship points on some of those, and you also get karma points as well. So it is kind of worth it in the long run. Unless for whatever reason you're not into side quests, which everyone's different. I personally like exploring doing side quests, but again, it's not for everybody. That's for listening for me. That's for listening me ramble about nonsense at the cafe, sorry. Let's call ourselves even then, right? We'll lead the way. What do you say though? It's ridiculous to require stamps to purchase things here. I'm not here to debate whether or not capitalism is right or wrong, I don't care. But doesn't this seem a little counterintuitive? Perhaps the exclusivity is and the demand to find more stamps across the city brings business elsewhere. It's always a scheme, isn't it? Very true. Pokemon trainers, please, it's all such a distraction. No one here knows what this world is and what is going to happen. They live meaningless lives with the pursuit of happiness most of them will never achieve. Yet that's a life I wish I had. Even their story matters to some degree. Alon, you sure talk a lot. Sorry, but good lord, you can talk, I don't have much to say. You're wearing me thin here, give a girl a break. I'm not really interested in buying anything here. Everything's more expensive here, and why buy things when I can just make them myself? Potions require medicinal roots, and Pokeballs require apricorns. If you buy in bulk and then just make the product yourself, it's cheaper and most of the time it's better than the ones on the shelves. For me anyways. I assume that's everything that she will say. Alrighty. Cassandra is the one who came up with the idea of stamps. There are only 1,000 stamps in existence, and not a single more. Only very few people in the city have enough stamps to shop at Goosey? However you pronounce that word. I want to shop at... What the hell is this Goosey? But there's no way I could afford their clothes. Oh, it's a clothing store. Okay. This place has everything and anything. I need some stamps so that I can actually get those things though. Let's see. Okay, so like the whole layout is different. Interesting. I mean, I assume we're just... I don't know if we have to like buy things. Is that Malia and Venom? It is. Okay. Oh, Alon and Crescent are here. Yes, hello Malia and Venom too. Like our new outfits, we did a little shopping on our way here. I got my stuff from Ursaluna Outfitters, although it's technically not new. It's the same clothes I had when I first met Alon. The pair I had when I ran from Team Zen got all battered and ruined. Got my fit from Gathita Gathita. They had a nice punk rock section I liked. Oh, and I'm just wearing a wig. Dyeing my hair takes too much time now. This is a cool alternative. I think I miss having purple hair so much. Well, someone's being very talkative today. All she said was hello. Exactly. Are you done? Yeah. Excellent. Well, we're going to go grab a table we can hang out at, so why don't you grab everyone else so then we can reconvene there? Very well. They're certainly trying their best, I think. Malia is too kind and Venom as well. Venom. Alright, sorry for the pause there. I had to go take some Dayquil. I totally forgot to take some. Anyways though. Malia's too kind, Venom is, well, she's Venom. Are you analyzing them? And that's okay. I assume that's not the right thing. Are you analyzing them? I feel like that's okay is the right choice. No? Because there is no friendship point thing there. It's tricky because it's like I want to gain friendship points, you know, but there really isn't a guide, so let me close and reopen the game. Alright, let me see, are you analyzing them? Verbally, yes, I'm trying to get a grasp on these people. With Malia, it's a bit easier since we've lived together for a small period of time, but Venom, I have no chemistry at all. Sometimes it can't work, just give them time, they're like your old friends. They're like your old friends. That was a bad choice. I kind of wanted to go with the middle one, but I kind of want to go from first, second, and then third. Let me redo that. Okay, let me try that again. I feel like just give them time is the right one, but I'm kind of curious about sometimes it can't work. Quite the realistic, aren't you? You're right, sometimes... Let's see. Okay, I feel like the middle one's the right one. Alright, let me try. Just give them time. Okay, so that does give you 1. We'll go with that then. Perhaps you are right, they say time heals all wounds, but I've rejected time's therapeutic ways. Very well then, I'm going to call that little interaction a success, even if nothing really happened. Let's go find the others. I mean, to be fair, it is something that I do like to say all the time to many of my, internet friends of the past, and to really anybody else. There's nothing wrong if things don't work out in the long run, Like, it's totally fine. Hey Alon, we're just doing some shopping before, well, Hello? Looks like our little star under the moon decided to show up today. Thank you for doing so. Don't mention it. Truly, it does mean a lot to all of us that you have decided to give us a chance. Truthfully, it feels like the other way around. I've been wondering why you all would want me around after everything, and I think I've come to the conclusion that it is simply circumstance of mutual benefit, a business transaction, if you will. I mean, you're annoying. To be fair, you're not wrong. I don't think Crescent's really wrong at all. Because, I mean, like, Aaron planned this all out to be a thing to be friends with her. I won't deny that having you on our side does nothing but benefit us. But why can't we work together and also be companions? That's also fair because like she wants to be like friends with her, you know, so yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of reasons, but most of them are already in the past at this point. If it's in the past, then why does it matter? Also, sorry, but a few seconds ago I was like moving my chair. Everything matters. I've learned that the hard way, but regardless, like you've said, I've made the conscious effort to appear here today. Let's not sour the occasion. Sounds reasonable to me. We're gonna go meet up with Malia and Venom now. You two have fun hanging out. I'm saving. Just in case if I screw up again. They like you. That was rough. Why so hesitant? They like you. Gosh darn it. To be fair, that's not the vibe she got at all. I know that, but I'm just gonna go through each and every one and just see what gives the point and what subtracts the point. That's all I can really do. Let's see. That was rough. It certainly could have gone better, but it could have also gone way worse. I'm still deeming that a success. Let's just move on. Alright, let me try the final one. Alright, let's go with why so hesitant. Oh, so that gives you the point. Okay. My fate is intertwined with Aaron and Malia more than I like. Because of that, it makes things a bit more complicated for me. I'm having an eternal struggle even now. What else is new? Ignorance is bliss, as they say. Let's just move on. Sounds like a plan. Oh, what? What do you mean I cannot shop here? Uh-oh. Oh. That's gotta be Alita. I'm very sorry, ma'am, but Goosey is available for shoppers with the maximum of 10 stamps and an invitation. Currently, you have 1 and no invitation. Boo-hoo. What kind of broken system is this? Don't waste your breath, Alita. Those who are drunk off the high of exclusivity are too far gone. That is what happens when superiority and money consumes your personality. Very true and very unfortunate. They're about to consume a mega kick and a mega punch in a second. If you resort to violence, I'm going to screech for help, and Officer Jenny will reach here with extreme speed, sorry. Then she'll use imprison, and you'll cry fake tears to try to get on out of it. Are we just creating Pokemon puns here? I assume so. I just forgot that I have stuff to do. Amnesia was not part of the script. Sir, with all due respect, I think tantalizing your customers is anything but productive. Your head is filled with thick fat. Quick with words, Then let's see what happens to your head once I put it through the guillotine. You can't call for help once I cross-chop the neck off your spine. That won't be needed, Crescent. Even if this man is kind of a jerk, let's just leave him be. You people are far too kind for your own good. I think sometimes a little beheading is needed to humble somebody. So like, I disagree, but that's the fun in having friends, right? Some opinions are just different. Alita, I've caused enough of a scene, so I'm gonna go head on over to the others. You guys should come on too. It'll be fun, I promise. Something wrong? Alita's nice. Must you be so violent? For a moment. Alright, let's try that again. Bruh. Alright, something wrong? I very clearly acted out of line and made Alita uncomfortable. Out of all the interactions so far, that's the one I'm willing to call a complete failure. Why am I so fast to resort to violence when I get agitated? I've been fighting for so long that it's all I know how to do at this point. But I caused trouble this time, and I'm trying to correct that. Anyway, that was the last of them, yes? But we're still missing one person in particular. Never mind that. Let's just go meet with your friend, everyone else. For a moment. Interesting, okay. So pretty much we're able to... Oh. Even this guy, no. So at 7, 8, 9, 10. Shouldn't we have like 8 though? Or did I forget to do a quest? Seven. I thought I should have 8. Maybe I'm mixing it up. Or maybe I did forget one. I'm not too sure. I spent over budget today. This is why I don't come here. So you have 10 stamps. For a moment. Okay. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense. Because, like, she's lived around this area far longer than we have, so... yeah. Hey guys! Oh wait, I just realized I skipped over all of their text, didn't I? That's okay. We have saved you to a seat. It seems everyone is here except for one person. Ren is absent. He'll be here when you guys go to dinner later. You all won't be there? We wanted to come, but Aaron could only get reservations for 3, so it'll just be you, Ren, and Alon. You guys are bad at coming up with subtle plans. Subtlety doesn't work for you, Crescent, so we're being as blatant as possible. Yeah, we're tired and we just want to be friends. No games. I suppose I can respect that. I appreciate your honesty. I know Ren and I have a troubled past together, but if he's willing to listen to me, I believe things should work out. Wow, this went a lot easier than we expected. It really did, wow. I was expecting a fight at some point. Alon and I already went through that. So you should tell us a bit about yourself. The more we understand each other, the more we'll grow as friends. I know the intention, I just don't know where to start. I'm sure you all have a lot of questions for me, so... perhaps it would be better if you all directly ask me questions and I'll give you my best answer I can. That works. Okay then, where do we begin? Oh god, there's a lot. Okay. I guess we'll start at the top. Spatial and tempo. Our resident spatial hags, yes, what about them? After everything they put Alon and I through, I can see why you went rogue, but we still like to hear your reasonings if that's alright. More than alright, in fact, I love to reveal and the reason why I hate those two with every burning passion. Like everything else, they appeared before me during a desperate time. When Alon pushed me into the ravine and into the stream below, I sustained injuries. While covering my left eye with my hair is an aesthetic choice, it's also... well, I don't have a working left eye anymore. Oh, now I see. Darn, Canon, you have no chill at all. Oh, relax, I know you didn't mean it that way. Alright, sorry for the pause there. I'm used to it now and honestly not too bad despite my depth perception being a bit hampered. But back to the question I was asked. They promised me they would revive friends if I had joined the Storm Chasers. I did a lot of recon work, sneaking around, causing Team Zen trouble. It was through the efforts of the Storm Chasers that I found out about the black boxes. Tempo used her powers to send me to their lab at a specific point in time to steal them. But as I did that, my job was officially declared over. And when that happens, they dispose of you. Exactly. When they didn't need me anymore, they promptly tried to send me to the point they found me. If they were successful, I would have had to survive the 9-hour storm once again. I would have been slaughtered. But that's if they were successful. The space hags underestimated me, and for that they had to pay a price. Did you fight them? Of course I did. And while I couldn't necessarily beat them, They couldn't take me down either. A complete standstill. You're that powerful. Why are you saying that as if my power is unobtainable or strange? We're all not the same ones. Were you all not the same ones who took down the puppet master? You're the one who said I couldn't fight you all anymore, and it's true. Darn, okay, I'll just shut up. Being saved by those two just means delaying the inevitable, or becoming stronger to buy yourself even more time. Haven't you all noticed that there aren't that many members of the organization left despite being called an organization? It's because Tempa and Spacia picked them off one by one. Before Malia and even Canon, there were so many of them in that mansion. Edna, Seraph, Gibble, Marcus, Kai. So many people I've seen in and out on the guess of them going on missions, just for them to be thrown back into their death. You know, it really honestly sucks a ton, because like it even further validates whatchamacallit. Soda, one of my favorite characters within the entire game. When his entire role was done, they pretty much sent him back to die, I assume, you know, because he kind of had like the golden wings and brought up the whole story, you know, saying, you know, something strange happened today. This boy looked at me strange, and I kind of wonder why that was. And he pretty much passed away then and there. So yeah, it's honestly like really like upsetting, because like I don't know, like I wonder why. What is the point of like doing that? Like, you would think, why not have an organization, have good and powerful people behind you, even if you're using them for your own benefit, you know, not in the most best way, but I don't know, like it feels weird to just like up and get rid of them. Maybe it's a thing that it's like, oh, if they get too powerful, we don't want them turning against us. But it's weird, because like, aren't they like beings that can pretty much control space and time for the most part? I forgot if there was any like restraints to them on all of that. Actually, yeah, wasn't there a thing that they can't like fully appear unless it's like a full moon or something? There was like some sort of restraint. It was something like that. So it might have been like a time where they couldn't access their full power, and that's when Crescent pretty much went rogue. I think that makes sense. That's probably what that all means. And it isn't necessarily over for me either. There's no escaping them. One day they'll try to finish what they started, and when that day comes, I'll cut them in two. When did you become an interceptor? What was the process like? When I was saved by Alon, I went unconscious. During that point, I woke up inside of my own mind, and Varia was there. She told me everything about how I could intercept my own fate and change the future into many things. I took her offer because there was nothing left, and I saw it as an opportunity. So even, well, probably because not only that, she probably had like the interceptor powers as well. But I neglected my duty as an interceptor and used my abilities to benefit only myself. It was then when the ranking of interceptor was taken away from me, or so I thought. It turns out she had cut my power in half to give it to Alon. Oh, voice crack there. Gotcha. So I wonder, did that story change then? Because I thought half the power, we would have had full power. Wait. Okay, now I'm confused. No, hold up, I got it. So, Alon, the actual Alon, not the doppelganger is what I'll say, was shown, or well, Vera appeared before them is what I'm trying to say. They made a deal, they wanted to put the rest. She said, okay, I'll call somebody else that'll do everything for you. Your soul's gonna be asleep. By the way, you might wake up at some point, but most likely you won't. But because of this, the power is halved. Unless it's meaning, for example, instead of at 100%, it's automatically 50%. Crescent has 25%. We have 25%. And the other 50% is pretty much being, not being, but pretty much like asleep right now. Because the actual Elan or Adrest has the other 50%. Whatever it was. It's kind of like confusing, but I think I get that. Now we share the same life core as if we were one person. That's so cruel. Perhaps, and now I realize that that going for my friends was the punishment of neglecting my duties. My duty became directly interlocked in a way where I could no longer ignore them. So what I'm trying to say is don't piss off Vera or she will make your life a living hell. Yeah, no kidding, she went for the jugular on that one. She bested me for now, but one day I vow to get my revenge on her for that. I was wrong for forcefully bringing my friends back, but she was the one who tried to put them back on a path of peril. She will die for that one day someday. I want to read that part again. Going for my friends was the punishment of neglecting my duties. No longer ignore them. Gotcha. Okay. Where did you come from? That's a long story. Maybe I'll talk about it later. Fair enough, because the whole Mira situation and all is kind of a traumatic subject for her. Favorite food? Really, all of these serious questions and then one like this? Oops, sorry. That was my question. I thought it'd be nice to not increase your blood pressure with so many dense questions. Well, I don't have a favorite food. I usually eat out of necessity, not pleasure, so I don't really know. Sorry. But I do have a favorite beverage. Oh? It was a drink Avia made for me once. Did you know that Avia was a talented barista for a time? Anyway, she made me a custom drink called Pink Rose Royal Milk Tea. That drink would make me feel happy even on the saddest of days. Do you remember what was in it? I could probably whip up some for you. Would you really do that for me, Cannon? I'm accustomed to making food and drinks from when I served. It had tons of milk, brown sugar, pink rose water, black tea leaves, and hot water. It was delicious. That sounds simple enough. Next time I'm in the kitchen, I'll whip it up for you. I love that. Why'd you trick Ren? I'm not comfortable talking about that, and even if I were, that's an explanation Ren needs to hear before anyone else. It doesn't matter if you're not comfortable. You put Ren through some serious crap and you need to answer for it. I won't answer, so just drop it. Why won't you answer? Because I'm not allowed to. You're not allowed to. That's right, and if I could tell you why I did it, I would. But I can't, and that's it. I will say nothing more on the topic. Very interesting. Did you really kill Eden? Eden, yes. I did destroy them. Why? Because they were a huge threat. I mean, to be fair, like, I don't blame her at all for killing them. Well, killing Eden specifically. Because, like, he and all the others are huge threats to the team, you know, so I get it. And because they were causing me a lot of problems during my school days, Eden, Clear, and Kieran are ruthless, but they use different methods. Eden could manipulate emotions, as a result could control how a person acted, but the emotion they loved to toy with the most was happiness, dangerous. And so we thought, and I won. Clear and Kieran have been after me ever since I defeated them. It's possible they saw you as a threat to their cause if you had the capacity to remove one of them. That's certainly the most likely conclusion. Your weapon. Oh, you mean the Gothitelle... The weapon Gothitelle summons for me? It's a pretty easy trick, really. Gothitelle is just using the move Psycho Cut and manifest it into a physical form. It can transform to, as you've seen, a bow, gauntlets, a shotgun. I don't think we've seen the bow, the gauntlet, or the shotgun before, but that might be like newer stuff that I haven't seen yet at all. But the power of the weapon doesn't change at all. Hitting something or someone with it is no different than a Pokemon getting hit by the move Psycho Cut. Okay, but why do you fight that way? Normally people just make their Pokemon do all the fighting. Well, that's not as satisfying, is it? Feeling the weapon hit your target is exhilarating and therapeutic. Besides, I find it wrong that I send out my Pokemon to fight my own battles when I can do it myself. I just think you just like hitting things with sharp objects. A lady can't help her hobbies, mine is just a little more rough than others. Your age. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you, Crescent? So rude. Don't you know you're not supposed to ask a woman her age? Well, technically I was born more than 50 years ago now, but physically I suppose I would be around 19 by now. Suppose you mean you don't know. I never been a fan of my birthday. Same. And I've been hopping through different dates back and forth. It's only natural I would exactly know my age. I was 17 when Storm 9 began. Approximately, I like to say I'm 19, and that's what I'm going to stick with. I think that's it for now then. I suppose that's all the questions we have for today. Sorry for the dramatic Q&A, we're just really curious about you. We learned a lot, but we still don't know who you are or where you came from. On the topic of where I come from, I don't think I'll ever be comfortable talking about it, and I think that's a good reason to just spill everything right now. No better moment than now, right? We're listening, and if you want to stop halfway through, that's okay too. I think once I start, I won't be able to stop. It's fine. Very well then. Why would we ever want to skip the story? No. Is that Darkrai? Kinda looks like him. I was born in a village secluded from society in Mira. Our land had been ravaged by a demon for many centuries. When all hope seemed lost for us, a burst of moonlight shone down from the sky. I gotta say, I love the art on this. They did a really good job with this. Cresselia descended from the heavens and warded off with its immaculate light. Our tribe became eternally grateful for Cresselia, and we worshipped it as our deity. The month in which Cresselia saved us had become scarce, the month of Crescent Moon. Our tribe came up with rules in order to honor it. Children cannot be born under the month of the Crescent Moon. This was the most important rule. People in our tribe could only mate with our own members, or unless specific permission were given. Members who have broken either rule shall be exiled or executed on council's decision. My mother had broken the second rule and mated with a man outside of our tribe, and as a result broke the first rule. I was a child born underneath the Crescent Moon. As a result of my birth, my older brother and mother were ostracized. God, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that correctly. Ostracized, however you say that. And I was treated like a monster. I was branded with the name Crescent as a reminder of my forbidden birth. Hatred and disgust followed me for years. Day by day, I was reminded of the great sin that was my existence. I mean, like, it really sucks with those kind of, like, circumstances, because it's like, you never ask for this. It's not your fault that your mom and dad, you know, did something against the tribe's rule. You know, like, it shouldn't be your fault. You shouldn't be treated as, like, a monster. Again, you didn't ask for this. My mother pretended I didn't exist, and my brother acted as though he loathed me. Things got so much worse as I grew older, and my mother could not afford to feed me. Out of desperation, I stole bread from a stall, and I was caught. All the years of hatred caused the village raged to peak. I was sentenced to death. My older brother, Moon, who I thought hated me, protected and pleaded with our elder for another chance. The elder agreed and decided to let our god decide for us. I had put my life in front of Cresselia and begged for my life. But when I reached my hand out for forgiveness, Cresselia abandoned me. First, they executed my mother by beheading. You know, that's really interesting. Because you think Cresselia wouldn't... Well, to be fair, it could have been like a thing, like Cresselia looked at the tribe being like, you idiots, I'm gonna go do something more productive. And maybe the tribe was like, oh no, she left, kill them, you know, like something really like dumb like that. It could have been something like that. Or who knows, maybe Cresselia was like, off with their heads, get rid of them. Who knows? Then they went for me. My brother grabbed me and dragged me into the woods. I thought he was going to kill me himself, but eventually we came to a stream. Moon told me to run, take the boat he had prepared, and forget about me. I pleaded for him to come with me, but he refused. He unlatched the boat and set me adrift. That was the last time I saw my brother. I wandered the streets alone until Mira nuclear fallout happened. I found myself on an evacuation ship and was promptly evacuated off the region. Honestly, a really sad story. Once I got off the ship, a group of soldiers asked me where my parents were. Obviously, I told them they were gone, and then they took me to a facility where kids without parents were held. That's where she met up with Avia. Oh god, what's the name? Avis, Avia, Arena, Alon, Ario, Axel, Anna. I believe that's all of them. It was there that I found them, my past friends. We spent time in the box of a building until Spotlight City's construction was complete, and well, you know what happened from there. That's terrible. I can't imagine the pain and suffering you've been through. Stop. I did not tell you that story so that you would drown me in the pity I did not ask for. I simply wanted to give you context on where I came from because you asked. All of that is behind me now, I'm simply the last person in my lineage alive. Sort of. At one point I became enraged at my father and I hunted him down. I found him, and I tried to kill him. I couldn't do it. So he's still alive. Very interesting. So somehow he escaped too. I wonder who the father is then. It's quite likely, although I don't care about him anymore. I decided being with my friends was more important to me, and that's what led me here. Right, I've spent enough time sitting. I think I need to go on a walk alone. Don't forget about your dinner date with Ren and Alon later. Yeah, we'll meet up at the night market around 8 p.m., right? That's fine. See you all later. That went well, I think. Hard to say unless Crescent specifically tells us how she felt during all of this specifically. I read that wrong, sorry. That being said, I don't think it went poorly. We just need dinner to go well. Alon, you'll be sort of moderator, so good luck with that. I'm sure things will go on just fine. The rest of us will make our way back home then. Damien and Alexandra said they'll be sending over Latios and Latios to pick you all up when it's all done. Good luck, Alon. Oh god, even this is all so different. Oh. I still wonder what that star symbol is, though. So what's this area? Man, it is so different. I have no clue. Where would that restaurant even be? Then again, there might be like some secrets around here, maybe. I don't know. It's all so new. Let me see. Dream District. Road is penthouse. So the penthouse changed. Department. Hospital of Hope. Central. Back Alley Nightclub. Central Building. So maybe the restaurant's over here. Crowds start to gather. Man, I don't know how to feel. It's just so different. Is this the restaurant though? No. Crowds start to gather. I mean, that's the nightclub. I don't... Oh, that's probably like a memorial for Riza. Okay. Oh, even this area has a new theme. Interesting. Oh man, this is gonna be fun when I get to this area. But I wonder... Does the CyberNav maybe tell you? Isn't there like a new... Yeah, quest. Let me see. Night market. Where's the night market? Rhoda's penthouse. Judicial district. Central. Is it over here? I mean, I don't see Ren at all. Unless I'm blind. Maybe down here? Scholar District. No. I wonder if it's like a time-based thing. Like, does it have to be like 8 PM? Like I actually have to like change the time and all? Oh, wait, what? Oh, hold up. I think I see what I did. Oh, even the garden's pretty. Man, there's a lot. I was just curious, let me... Okay, so it just kind of takes you back here. Alright, let me... Because it said... Night Market. Well, it says this is the back alleyway, not the night market. District of Hope. I apologize for like being like slow with this. Again, this is like new territory for me. I mean, we are like an hour and 10 minutes. I guess we could do the restaurant thing another time. Or, well, the next episode. Let me try changing my time real quick. I'm curious. Okay, so I changed it to 8 p.m. Oh. Whoops. Sorry about that. The game just closed on me. I don't know why, but that's okay. Well, it seems maybe that does something. I don't think it'd be the nightclub though, would it? No. No. I mean, I noticed that the crowd's gone now, but like... Where is this restaurant? Let's see. I can't be at the District of Hope. Like, I kind of wish it would just say, like, the district. Like, all it says is, like, the night area, but, like... Location, night market. But I mean, like, it doesn't say, like, the name, like, night market anywhere. Let me maybe look at, like, the buildings. There's this thing here. Might be a restaurant. You know what? I'm just gonna stop here. I'll look for it on my own time. And yeah, I'm sure if I see Ren or Crescent somewhere, that'll let me know where it's at. If somebody does watch the video and at least wants to tell me, like, not like spoilers, but just what district they're in, that would be very helpful. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, definitely do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.